So, big news from IDW Comics, especially from Ninja Turtles. Now, for those who have not read the newest issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I seriously suggest you turn off the video right now if you do not want to be spoiled. If you haven't heard the news yet or haven't read the comic yet, I'll just say this. One of the turtles in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 44 in IDW has died, yes. One of the turtles has been killed, and if you don't want to be spoiled as to who it was, I'm going to give a few seconds to let you guys who don't want to be spoiled out. But yes, you guys can check out the news and then come back, and I'll give them, and you guys can see my further thoughts. But yeah, gonna wait for a few seconds for anyone who wants to back out. Okay, I'm guessing if you're still here, that means either you want to be spoiled or you've read the comic. So, yeah, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 44, Donatello is dead. Let me repeat that. Donatello has been killed in the final arc, not the final arc, but the last part of the latest story arc in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, I have not been able to keep up with the current comics because, well, money. But when the news broke, I was like, nah, Kevin Eastman wouldn't kill off one of his babies, you know, he wouldn't do that. But then, no. Donatello is dead. Wow. First off, ballsy move, Eastman, for doing that. Am I mad at Eastman? No, I mean, he's one of the guys who created Ninja Turtles, so if anyone has any say of who's gonna kill off who, I think it'd be Eastman. If not him, then Laird. But yeah, this is shocking, to say the least. This is pretty freaking shocking, to say the least, that this happened. Because we always thought, here's the thing, I always thought that the Ninja Turtles were always invincible. Not in the sense that they were indestructible, but in the sense that you could never see them get killed, you know? They could always find a way to get out of the situation together. I always thought that, and I'm pretty sure all you guys thought that as well. That, the Turtles were always going to make it out together. I mean, they'd be battered up and bruised and, knocked down, but they wouldn't be out. The fact that one of the Turtles is dead just kind of shows, oh my god, wow. That was it kind of just hits you, doesn't it? It hits you as a Turtles fan that, these guys can be killed. We've always known that the Turtles would always be together, so this is kind of this is really a shock. So, yeah, like I said, I'm shocked that, of all Turtles, Donnie, I thought, Donnie is dead. The brains of the operation is dead. So the big question is, actually a few questions arise, where does the team go from here, and, what happens now, and will Donnie be resurrected? So, here's my thing. Here's my thing. First off, did anyone see this coming? Because seriously, the new IDW never really posted, oh, a turtle will die, or whatever, like Marvel or DC would do, like someone dies. No, it just comes out of, at least from the news posts I've seen, they never really hyped up, Ninja Turtles number 44. They never built it up as this huge, monumental issue, so kudos to IDW for actually keeping a fucking secret and having us be surprised. Rather than spoil someone dying and whatever, and us anticipating that. But no, this just comes out of nowhere. At least from the news posts I've read, there could have been a news post somewhere saying that, issue 44 is going to be a real game changer and whatnot, but no, it just comes out of nowhere. So, yeah. So the big question is, like I said, where do the Turtles go now? In fact, where does everyone else go from here? I mean, let's talk about what each of the Turtles are probably feeling. If you thought Raph was angry before, you're damn sure that he's going to be just a completely off his rocker now that one of his brothers is dead. We always knew that Raph had an anger issue, but can you imagine the rage he's feeling towards Krang and Shredder and the Foot Clan now that one of the Turtles is, one of his brothers are dead? I can't even comprehend that. Mikey's probably a wreck as well. I mean, in the panel we see Donnie dying. Mikey is a wreck. He is just crying. He's crying into Leo's arms, who just looks shocked. So Mikey's probably going to be taking a hit that, he's always been the jokey member of the group. He's always been the member to always be, hey, let's fight the bad guys. We'll always find a way to get out of this. I think this is going to really hit Mikey the most because he was the soul of the team. And a soul can be crushed, guys. And I'm pretty sure Mikey's feeling pretty crushed right about now. And Leo, I can't even imagine what Leo's thinking right now. I mean, he was the leader. He was the one who laid siege to the Technodrome during that whole battle. So I can only imagine what he's going through right now is that I was the leader. It was my call to have, to send everyone in there. I'm the one, so I'm as responsible for killing Mikey as well. Even, I'm pretty sure Raph is thinking that as well. I can only imagine what Raph is going to do. He's probably going to blame Leo as much as he's going to blame himself for not being there for his brother. So yeah, and Splinter, oh my god, Splinter, you see Splinter actually holding Donnie as he's dying. You see him holding Donatello in his arms as he's dying. And it's, I can only imagine that, even in comics, like, remember when everyone was like, oh my god, Damian Wayne died? I was like, man, I mean, I'm not reading the comics, but I can only imagine what Bruce is going through right now, because, no parent should have, to quote, oh god, what's his name? The King of Rohan from Lord of the Rings, no parent should have to bury their child. And that really hits home for what you see with what I can only imagine what Splinter is going to be forced to do now that one of his sons is dead. Casey is probably, you can see Casey and April are also just completely destroyed by this as well. And now you gotta ask yourself, where does the team go from here? Because Donnie was the idea guy. Donnie was the guy who came up with the plans. He was the one who came up with all the inventions. Now that he's gone, the Turtles have to think, they always depended on Donatello to think of all these great ideas and whatnot. But now that he's gone, it's gonna, I can't, they're gonna have to think of their own ideas for themselves. They're gonna have to be trying to think of a way to, pretty much they're going to be trying to figure out ideas for themselves, and sometimes these guys ain't the best idea. These guys don't come up with the best ideas. They usually just left it to Donnie to come up with an invention or something. But yeah. So the other question is, could we see Donatello be resurrected? I would have to say I would be, as much as I would love to see Donatello come back, I think it would be an even ballsier move if Eastman and the rest of the team kept him dead. In an era when, resurrection is, happens constantly, I think it would be a very ballsy move to keep such an iconic character, because let's face it, Donatello is an iconic character. I think it would be a very ballsy move to keep Donatello dead and keep the Turtles moving forward. I think that would be the, I think that would be the most logical, I think that would be a very logical choice of action to do with these characters. I think that would be a very interesting way of going about it. But could a resurrection happen? I would have to say we haven't really seen characters be resurrected as of yet. I mean, there's been some minor resurrections here and there in the comic books, but when characters die, they die. Like, they don't come back. So, yeah, this, maybe Donnie's death may not be permanent. Maybe, maybe something else. Maybe it won't be permanent. Maybe it will be permanent. The point is that one of the Turtles has died. Something we never saw coming. Something we never thought was possible to see one of the... we see it in fan fiction and fan comics all the time, but we never thought that, it was a possibility of this actually happening in a canon universe. So, yeah. So, my question is also, who could replace Donatello? Because now, I hate that, are they going to replace Donatello, or is it just going to be the three now? Are they going to ask Slash to join the group? Could Metalhead, because Metalhead's in this universe, could Metalhead be part of this universe as well? Could he take Donatello's place? He has, according to the IDW comics, he has a little more sentience than, the robot we see in the cartoons. So could Metalhead take his place? Or, could Slash take his place? Or could they be building up to Venus, of all things, really? Or, could someone be taking his place? But I don't know. There's so many questions, but the bottom line is something we never thought was possible just happened. So I'm going to ask you guys, what do you guys think of Donatello's death? Do you guys like the idea? Do you guys hate it? Do you guys want to see Donatello stay dead? Or do you want to see him resurrected somehow? And do you think the Turtles, if they, who would be taking Donatello's place on the team if they decide to do that? So you guys tell me, what do you guys think of this? I'm pretty sure there's a lot to discuss about this, so yeah. And I can only imagine what my fellow Turtles fans, Blue Goblin 01, Mount Vernon Kid, and even Dan Torrey, Torrey GNR1, because Donatello's his favorite turtle. I really want to know what they think of all this. But once again, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.